Hello everybody and welcome to Module 6. Just wanted to give you a quick introduction. I think everybody is comfortable by now with the format for each module, but really wanted to reiterate how important this particular module is. So this is Module 6. We're covering Chapter 9 in the textbook, and then all of the techniques introduced in Chapter 9 you are going to apply in Chapter 10 for your hotel suite project, which is your progress portfolio project in Blackboard. So this particular chapter is really important, and I feel one of the most important in the whole textbook. If you can learn these techniques that are introduced in this chapter, I really feel these are the most important to an interior design career. So first of all, they introduce us to using blocks, how to create your own blocks for something that you've already drawn, right? We don't want to waste time. If you've already done something once, even if it was a year ago, you can continue to use that block again. So building your own block library, using the Design Center, which is a library that AutoCAD has created and is accessible to you. So again, really efficient time management by using the blocks that other people have already drawn is one component, huge component introduced in this chapter. Another is the introduction of external references. So the textbook touches on the subject lightly, so I have included additional content videos in Blackboard to kind of dive into the subject. So please spend time learning about XREFs. We will incorporate XREFs whenever we get into our group project later on in the semester, but this is really helpful to understand how the industry shares files. So if us as interior designers received perhaps a building shell from the building owner or a set of architectural plans from the architect, you already have a base plan that then you are drawing on top of performing your own drawings. And then these documents can be shared either individually, interior design drawings to maybe your mill worker, or as a set, to the permit set down the road if this project needed to be permitted. So learning about XREFs and kind of how you can draw on top of one another's drawings is a huge subject that's introduced, so hopeful that you guys spend plenty of time on that. And then we're also introduced to layers and properties. So layer management and property management, this really is going to set yourself apart as an interior designer. So being able to control everything that you have drawn in model space, you may have furniture, lighting, electrical, right, and all of your partition. If all of this is going on in model space, that can get very busy. And so in paper space, in layout, right, this is where you can control those properties, those layers, and decide what you want to turn off and actually filter to show the client. So it may be a viewport into model space with all that junk, all those layers, everything turned on, but you can only turn on maybe, say, the furniture. So if you were in paper space designing a furniture plan, would you need to see the electrical layers? No, you could turn that off. Would you need to see the lighting layers from a reflected ceiling plan on your furniture plan? No, you could turn that off. So really being able to understand how to manage your document with layers and properties, and combined with the external references, this is a really fun chapter, I think, for interior design, learning how you can control this information to produce, your final formatted 2D drawings. So this is a great chapter. It's a lot of information, so please make sure you leave plenty of time to get through the chapter and, of course, get through the video content. So regardless of how you prefer to digest that information, if it's in the textbook or if it's online, you need to have your CAD file open and practice. Whatever exercise they're introducing, you need to be doing it at the same exact time. So if it's in the textbook and you're reading through and you're clicking as you go, great. If it's online and you have your YouTube video up on one side, you better have your CAD file up open on the other so that you can hit pause and you can continue working and you can hit play and continue working. So you are learning interactively along with whatever content, however you prefer to digest the information, you're actively practicing at the same time. So please leave plenty of time to get through this chapter and keep up with your hotel suite progress project, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you and have a great week.